You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey YNR fans, it is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and no, the Jordan Howard plot is not quite done yet. In fact, it looks like they might drag her ultimate exit almost all the way until May sweeps, but not quite, based on some brand new CBS soap opera spoilers and a big leak that just came out. So we're going to dive into the big twist for Jordan that comes this week, and then the horrible thing that she does next, because her reign of terror is not quite over yet. But first, please click subscribe if you haven't. And now let's jump right in. So Jordan drank that vial of poison because she didn't want to exit on the Newmans' terms, as in handcuffs, off to prison. She did this whole villainous monologue, popped the cap on the poison, and did that dramatic collapse. And that came after Jordan revealed she had hidden the toxin in that locked chamber so that Nikki and Victor could end their lives with it if they so chose, because she was going to leave them just to starve to death together. So at the end of that episode, it definitely looked like Jordan had met her maker. Yay. But then we found out from after the fact dialogue that Nikki Newman caved and called 911, and EMTs were able to revive that evil woman. In fact, Victor Newman was pretty angry at all three of the women, Nikki, Victoria, and Claire, for letting Jordan leave that room alive. Of the three of them, only Claire spoke up and said she would have been happy if her great aunt had just died right there. But Nikki didn't want any metaphorical blood on her hands, and so she saved Jordan's life. I mean, legally, they were in the clear. You guys know I'm a research girl. So I looked it up. In Wisconsin, if you know that a crime is being committed and that the victim has already suffered harm or may suffer harm, you have a duty to call the police or try and help. But in the case of suicide, as long as you're not actively assisting that person in killing themselves, you're pretty much in the clear. And that's what Jordan was doing. So those ladies could have stood there, let her draw her last breath, and then call the cops and just say, oh, this woman killed herself. They'd have been fine. Only her prints were on the vial of poison. There were no signs of struggle. You know, she was locked in a room, but, you know, he's got good lawyers. Victor's got good lawyers. But maybe Nikki's a little gun shy after nearly going to prison for the alleged murder of Victoria's ex-husband, JT Hellstrom. Remember, Nikki whacked him in the head with a fireplace poker, and then she and Sharon and Victoria and Phyllis buried him in Chancellor Park, but it turned out JT wasn't quite dead, though. So maybe that's why Nikki wanted to do the right thing this time, because last time with JT, had she whacked him defending her daughter and then they called the police, all that legal drama could have been avoided. But Victor didn't want to hear any excuses and rationalization. He just thought Jordan deserved to die, and he even called the hospital hoping to find out she had taken a turn for the worse and kicked the bucket anyway. But of course she didn't, because that's not how you take a villain out. So once Jordan was handcuffed to her hospital bed, she was brooding and plotting and vowing to figure out her next move. Well, we just found out what that next move is, and then there's an even bigger move coming after that. Jordan fakes a seizure, and that seems to get the guards to relax on her, or maybe they have to uncuff her for treatment. Anyway, she escapes from the hospital. So now that maniac is back on the loose, and you can just imagine chaos will ensue. So what's next for Jordan? Will she slink out of town and just quit while she's ahead? Oh no, that'd be too easy. She's going to crop up at a huge milestone event for the Newmans. It looks like it's airing April 11th and 12th, 2024, possibly carrying over onto Monday, April 15th. There's a big gala in Genoa City, and it's to celebrate Victor and Nikki Newman's anniversary. But which anniversary? They've been married, 4 times, I think, and then they had a vow renewal about 7 years ago. So they're counting this 40th anniversary from the date of their very first wedding back on April 13th, 1984. They couldn't do it on the exact date this year because April 13th falls on a Saturday. So the 11th and 12th was very close. And again, the 15th if it carries over. So the week we're in right now, the week of the 25th through the 29th of March, the CBS soap opera celebrated its own milestone anniversary. It turned 51 on Tuesday, March 26, 2024. But that's not what they're celebrating next month in April. That's all about Nikki and Victor. And it's Nikki and Victor's big party that Jordan Howard chooses as the final showdown and the finale of her awful plan for payback on them. So I saw a leaked photo today that I can't show you because of copyright issues. And it's also pretty blurry, but once a nice, clear, crisp copy that's official that comes out that I can show you, I will. But it does show some of the party guests, and I can tell you which ones are featured in the picture, just to give you a little taste, little leak action. So Chancellor and Summer Newman are there as dates. Adam Newman brings his favorite redhead, Sally Spectra. Jack Abbott's there with his wife, Diane Jenkins, as his +1. Nick Newman seems to be stag. There's no date with him in the party pic, although I sure would like to see him bring Sharon Newman, but she's not in the photo at all, and she's been MIA from Y&R a lot lately, but that's a topic for another video coming soon. Also, in the anniversary party pic, we see Lauren Fenmore with her husband, Michael Baldwin, and also Victoria Newman and Cole Howard. Conspicuously absent is their daughter, Claire Howard. And of course, Abby Newman is nowhere in sight. Hopefully there are more people at the party and this one leaked pic isn't everybody in attendance. More photos should come out, I imagine, confirming an expanded guest list because this is a big deal. So I expect a lot of people to be there. But the important thing to know is this is where Jordan Howard strikes. So I wonder if, now that she's left the hospital, if she's going to remain out of sight between now and then, or if she's going to resume her phone call harassment of Nikki and Claire while biding her time and scheming and all that. So the leak that I want to tell you about specifically on top of this leaked photo, this other informational leak is from the upcoming issue of TV Guides that is not on stands yet, as far as I know. Should be there on Friday. Showrunner Josh Griffith says he decided this 40th anniversary was the perfect opportunity to celebrate Victor and Nikki's icon status as a couple. And he promised that after they deal with the culmination of Jordan's reign of terror, the happy couple will get to enjoy some, quote, nice romantic moments. The head writer also confirmed that Jordan does show up to wreak havoc, and the Newmans and Abbotts must work together to defeat her. With May sweeps starting on April 25th, and this party coming, 11th, 12th, possibly the 15th, I really hope that they are going to wrap it up before sweep starts. But if they do, then I also wonder, what does that leave us for sweeps? I'm guessing it'll be heavy Ashley and Tucker with her oncoming total breakdown. We have Connor's issues, Audra Tucker stuff, and all that boring business crap. I mean, I have to say May sweeps to me is already shaping up to be sleeps. Aside from the Ashley stuff, which I am excited about, they better get busy building some storyline fast. Otherwise, I can't imagine what they're going to focus on come sweeps time unless Claire's going to go rogue and we find out she's a sleeper agent, something like that. Anyway, that's what we have on Jordan's last gasp at revenge. No word on whether she survives this upcoming shenanigan, but I'm sure if it's left up to Victor, Nick, or Adam Newman, she will not live to haunt their 41st anniversary party in 2025. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your comments, subscribe if you have not, and come back soon. We're talking Y&R here at the biggest soap opera spoilers channel on YouTube. And as always, I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.